Okay. All right.
Okay, we're all set. Tim, are you there? I did let him in, I think.
Yeah, I see him. He's on the call. He may not be hooked up on his side for video and audio yet.
Yeah, he shows video off, yeah.
This could be like an outtake from one of those commercials about how to train your, how not to become your parents, or that commercial.
That's right.
I could star in that commercial for sure.
I think you'd have lots of competition.
Here's Tim, okay.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Okay.
Hello there. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, you're here.
So two things on the agenda. Paula wanted us to vote on positions for HARB. And we have the sign ordinance from Yan Yan, who's with us now. So why don't we do the sign first?
Okay.
Okay, so Yan Yan, please explain what you're doing.
Yeah. Actually, our store just moved from 40 South Main Street to 62 South Main Street, and now we just need install a wall sign. Actually, I sent the everybody can see my sign picture, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the sign, and the length is 84 inches, and the width is 32 inches. I would like to put in the on the wall. I don't know how to explain the entrance. Actually, for our store, we have two entrances. One is on the side, and the other one is back of the building. Is the same entrance with the salon. Is a Shenzhou Salon. I'm not sure my pronunciation is correct, but we use that same entrance with that salon. But we put our sign on the other side of the building. Yeah, actually, this is the same side with the how to say that the same side with the salon sign.
Right, so it faces the parking lot.
Yes, face the parking lot.
Right, so where is your other entrance facing Canal Street? You said you had two entrances. Is the other one facing?
Yes, correct. Yes, the other entrance face to the Canal Street.
Okay, yeah. Will you be doing a separate directory sign up front, or just having this one sign in the back?
We only have this sign, and this is the only sign we have. And for the post sign, I asked my neighbor, I mean the salon and Paula, yeah, because this is now the real sign, because this I don't say that the post is already there. We just need to put the sticker on the post sign. So this is now the real sign. So looks like we don't need to apply for this, right?
For the directory, it's called a directory sign in the front facing Main Street. They call it a directory sign.
This only a sticker. We need to put this on, looks like. And I asked Sam, the owner of the salon, and she said, looks like we don't need apply for that sign. So we don't need put any sign on the front.
As long as you're not putting any.
So this is the only wall sign we need.
Okay. If you do put a sign on the front, then you do need to get our approval.
Even if it's a sticker is still a sign on the directory.
Right.
You need to get approval.
Right.
Oh.
Now you're not applying for that.
I'm not familiar with any directory sign that's on East Afton.
No,
Yes,
no, it's on Main Street. You meant Main Street.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the Main Street.
On the Main Street.
The very front entrance where when you went into the doctor's office.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Well, there is a sign there now, right?
There's the directory sign, but the individual tenants. I don't know if he has any tenants on there, or he has one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So why can't she have a presence on that sign?
Well, she can. She's not applying for that now. She can, but she needs to come back to us to get approval.
Okay,
It'd be a pretty straightforward approval, but she still needs to come back to us,
I see. Okay.
just like we do for the,
Okay,
Any directory sign.
yeah. Okay? So-
sorry about that. I think I misunderstanding when I talked to Paula. I'm sorry about that because she can't find the record for the Salon one, and she said maybe that is a sticker, so maybe I don't need apply for that. But I know I will submit a picture later.
Yeah, the Salon people never asked for a sign up front either. They never asked for one. So if they asked for one, then they would have to get that permit also. So
Okay.
for the sign, I like your positioning. Do we have any questions or comments, concerns?
I just have a quick question. Yan, a little bit earlier, you mentioned that the depictions in the pictures here were not necessarily where the sign was actually going to go, or did I misunderstand that? Are these two pictures in the application where the signs or the sign is intended to go? Yeah, I have the same
dimensions on, is that
I have
right?
the same pictures up on my computer, Jerry. I just
Okay.
thought, must have misunderstood. I thought we were saying that the pictures supplied, things had changed and that the real positioning of the sign was not going to be that. But if I misunderstood and this is the right positioning, then I don't have any questions.
Is that right, Yan?
So these
Yeah.
pictures are as you intend the sign to be.
Which is a duplication of the sign that's already there, right?
What is your question? Sorry.
My question is, are the pictures that were in the application submitted what you intend?
Hello?
Whoops.
Hello?
Yeah, you still there?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh,
Her picture is frozen on my computer. I don't know about anybody else.
wait. Mine too.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear us?
Yeah.
She might need to log in again.
Hello?
Huh.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear
I
us?
think I'm back.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I can hear you. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'm confusing everybody. I thought I had heard that the actual sign that was going to be put up might be differing from what the pictures reflect in the application. If I misunderstood that and these pictures are accurate, then I'm okay.
The picture, yeah, I think the picture is right. It's
Oh, okay. My mistake. I apologize.
Could we see that image again on the screen?
Can you pull that up, Joe?
Yeah, if I have screen share ability, I can. You have to look on the Jerry, you're controlling. So if you go into the participants and click on my name, I think you can make me a co-host and then I can share the screen. If you look on my name and you under more,
It says you're the co-host now.
okay, good. Yeah, he pulled that off. Okay, so let me share screen. Let's see here, desktop. Okay, see if I can do this. I'm a teacher. I should be able to do this.
Come on, you can do it.
I live on Zoom.
We have confidence. Oh, that's good.
That's
Can you see
good.
it?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
And I have a whole application if you want to go to different parts of the application or blow it up.
No, we're good.
Tell me what you want.
So there was another entrance going back. Where does the Salon sign? Is that down the building further? Where's the Salon
Yeah,
sign?
it's actually that is this is our wall, and because we are all on the basement, and but we are front part, but they are back part. Their sign is on the back.
Okay.
Mhm.
Does everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a question. Is a sign in the back replacing a sign that's already established there?
Oh no, there's nothing on this wall for now.
Rita, there's a Salon sign. we approved the Salon sign, about a year or so ago. And that's
But
the
this
sign
sign,
that's in
is
the
this,
back.
okay, and this is going on top of another sign?
No,
No. And is the dimensions are acceptable by the town as far as the sizing?
Looks
the
like it.
ordinance allows 6% of the facade. So if that was 15 foot by 60, they could have 54 square feet. And
Yeah,
this is like 20.
Okay,
So,
So it's 84 inches long, 32, or 34 wide, 32 high?
right. 7 foot long and
seems
2
like
foot 8 high.
It seems like it's a big sign.
It is.
yeah, actually, I think I sent another picture, have the wall size. Actually, our sign and on the wall, the ratio is 4.83%, is less than 6.
4.83% of the facade. Now,
Yes,
does that
4.83%.
does that include the massage or the salon sign?
No. We are on the same side, but different wall. We are front part, they are back part.
Okay.
So their sign is on the other, the other part, the other wall.
Okay.
Jerry,
so
to your point earlier, Jerry, if you look at this, the bottom picture here, I mean, as long as that's the scale and that picture is the scale, I think that's within the percentage. You just eyeballing it on the bottom, you know what I mean?
Well, she's saying it's 4.83% and they're allowed 6.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm agreeing with her, I
Right.
think.
It looks proportionally correct. I mean,
Right.
it looks fine to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Any other discussion?
No.
Nope.
Do we have a
Okay.
recommendation?
I recommend we approve as submitted.
Okay.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Okay. So, and it'll go to a borough council whenever they come up. And they should prove it at the next council meeting. They should prove the sign. We recommend to borough council to approve it. It has to be approved by borough council.
Okay,
Which is next, I think it's next week, isn't it?
I think so, because
next
we're,
week, yeah.
Next week.
so next week, at borough council Tuesday, then they should approve it, so.
okay. Yeah, so I also need to attend that meeting.
think it's in
Probably
2 weeks.
not.
Oh.
In fact, the last meeting,
It was this week, so it's in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's in 2
okay,
weeks.
thanks,
Okay.
Dawn.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. So, but typically, if we recommend approval, then you probably don't have to attend council. You can ask Paula, but
It's
they,
not mandatory that you attend.
right. Okay,
Okay,
so you're all set for us.
And we have the other submission is still due, right, Jerry? In 2 weeks when we meet again, maybe Yan will have the front sign on the directory ready for approval.
yeah,
Well, she hasn't asked for anything yet, but I guess if she gets it in, we'll look at it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
kind of like she intended to me.
so. Okay,
yes, I will submit the other SAM tomorrow.
okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, Joe, can you put down the
Yep.
shares? Okay,
I'm good to leave, right?
so you can leave now, unless you want to stay and listen.
You're good to go.
Thank you.
So Paula asked us to vote on the composition of HARB. And what we had talked about last time was that I would be appointed as the historic building inspector. And I asked Sue about that, and she said there's no position, they created it when they created HARB. because they didn't think the borough council would be wanting to have the regular building inspector clock in a lot of time to, what? Oh, that came later, not when they first did it. But anyway, so the idea is that I would become the historic building inspector. And Tim, did your neighbor reply?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Okay, because we weren't getting clear messages on who all applied, but apparently Dawn applied. What's your neighbor's name?
Dan.
Do you know his last name?
Sorry, I don't at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Goya or?
He was the architect for the church property.
Yeah, okay. So
Do you know our neighbor's last name again? Dan what? I have no idea. Oh,
I can look it up on the application.
yeah.
So Dan for the architect and Rita for the realtor. Now, Rita, what's your actual status? You say you're not a practicing realtor, but something else?
No, I'm an asset manager for the Department of Housing.
How, department for the state? Or
For
county?
the federal government,
For federal government? Wow.
yes.
Well, it's
Don't
good
hold
to
it
have the
against
federal
me.
government on our side. Okay, so Rita's our realtor. And Paula was talking about Tim as a business person, but I don't think that's a position.
I think it's defined in the HARB regulation as it is.
Is it?
Yes, I think
It
so.
is.
I think that she pulled this language, I think, from there.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, if you look at my tax return, it says merchant. So there you go.
I think you are our business person. So if it's important to the business
Oh,
person.
Jerry, Dan's last name is Ward, W-A-R-D. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It finally came to me.
Okay.
That wasn't bad, Tim. That didn't take that long.
No, I just had to, I think it through.
I know, but you did it. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Oh my God, it's the times.
I know.
So
I know.
is that the 3 required positions?
I
Well,
think
zoning
so.
zoning officer, so.
Right. So what happened to Vlad? What's the status of Vlad now?
Okay, I gave Vlad a call tonight, and Paula, I think, was gonna call her this morning or email him, and I had emailed him before. And so we're asking to have him consider stepping down. And I really don't, apparently Paula feels that we can ask council to take him off the board. And council can do that.
It's been a year since he was involved in a meeting, I would think.
So, yeah.
So I guess we could vote that assuming that he does not resign, we could ask council to take him off of the board. Is that the consensus or?
No idea.
Has anybody,
Well,
Jerry,
I mean,
you have
for us.
had a chance to speak to him?
I haven't talked to him yet. We did talk to him once and he said that he doesn't like Zoom.
Yeah. But would he intend to participate when things get back to normal, assuming that can happen at some point? I mean, I'd be glad to call him and ask him that if
Well, I have a call into him also.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so that's really the question.
yeah.
Why doesn't he come on board? And Zoom could happen.
I would just like to say that we need an active board. And the
Right.
fact
Yeah.
that someone's
Yeah,
not
you're
been
right,
active
Tim.
for a year, even if they don't like Zoom, that's not good enough. I mean, this
Yeah, I agree
board
with you.
needs an
And he
active
could
board.
have dialed in on a phone
Excuses
call.
because he doesn't like this or doesn't like that. It's not good enough. We need
And
an
he
active board.
also missed quite a number of meetings before we entered
Right.
Zoom world.
Not much of a commitment, really, to be honest with you.
Right.
So as part of the motion, if Vladimir does not resign, do we ask the Borough Council to release them or let them go? Is that our,
Well, I think we should ask Borough Council to consider, yes, replacing him.
okay,
Well,
I mean, we're
There-
just advising to council. I don't think, I mean, I don't feel like we're voting him off. I feel like we're just saying he hasn't been attending for this past year.
we
And
can't
prior
vote
to
them off.
that-
We can't
What?
vote them off. Council, only council can.
Right. Council's in charge.
Right.
So Jerry, do we have three, is there three applicants for the HARB position now? Is that correct?
Well, we have Ward, we have Dawn. Dawn, is it true that, yes, sorry. And I think there's one or two other applicants. I think one of those applicants might have been Ward. So there's Dawn and one other.
I
We
thought there
don't
was
know.
another, I thought there was another architect from Lower Makefield that was interested.
Craig Hill.
Craig Hill, yeah. Is he processed an application at this point?
No, I think when you mentioned your architect who lives in town,
Yeah,
and Craig said he would do it if he was asked.
okay.
So, I think it'd be better to have the in-town architects, so.
Yeah. And he's an active architect also. He should be able to bring a lot to the table in terms of, suggestions and knowledge of current materials and everything else. I mean, so
Right.
should be a really positive thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that would help maybe take a little bit of the load off of Jerry. I feel like he's our architectural expert on almost every issue. If we had a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
people to express opinions, it might make it easier on Jerry.
it is
Well, I
nice
think
to have
that-
someone back me up.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah, and I think we
Share the
all
load.
want
I mean,
more professionalism, definitely. And, is there any regulations, Jerry, that says that the board can't have two architects? Is there anything that's
No,
specific to that? No, I hope not. Yeah.
but I mean, if, as long as Ward's the architect, then as historic building inspector, what I would do is I'd ask that I get to review the applications for completeness
Good. Yes.
before they get sent to us.
Yeah.
And I'm retired, so I have the time to check them out as soon as they arrive.
Yep.
And then as a building inspector, I'd like to be able to go on the person's property and make sure that they're actually doing it. In other words, follow up after
Right.
council.
I think that
approval.
sounds good, Jerry.
That sounds great. That sounds
Yep.
terrific. Yeah,
So-
that sounds very productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So if you're building inspector, wouldn't there be two openings then?
well, Ward, the architect, Tim's neighbor would be the one.
Oh, but right now, the current building inspector is actually a voting member.
No,
Oh, that's what it says on the website.
well,
Oh, then it was
Well, if
wrong.
he is, he hasn't shown up ever.
that's never happened in the million years I've been on HARB. Let me just say that.
So,
Because they have 7 people listed, maybe it's just not updated. So you have 7 now?
yes,
Oh, okay.
with Vlad, there's 5 of us, Vladimir is 6. So we have 6 now, right?
We have 6.
So we're down 1, 2 with Vladimir. So we should have 2 openings, right?
Depending on the situation with Vlad. Yes, of course.
Right.
Or does the building inspector count as one of the 7?
I don't think so. I've never known that to be, but
I don't think so. No. Well, I don't know. So Jerry,
So Sue's saying building inspector is one of the 7.
really?
So there's 5 of us now. The building inspector is 6, and then we have one more public.
So we've always been then hobbled by not having a voting or an attending building inspector?
Right, but it's just a majority of those. Majority of HARB. I think,
But if you're the building inspector, wouldn't that remove the other building inspector?
yes,
So then there would be 2 openings. If the person doesn't, if the other
well,
person.
no, then
doesn't.
we'd have the architect filling one of those. So then there'd be one left.
No, I think you have the historical building inspector and our building or borough building inspector. I think it's two
I don't
people.
think you have both.
I think you do. Yeah.
Well, I thought that's what Susan was saying, that the building inspector, the regular building inspector was a member of HARB, and I never
Yeah.
knew that to be the case.
And you know, I don't think we've ever
Susan,
invited
can you
him.
come
Maybe
in
we
here?
should. I don't know.
I don't,
What I should
That
do
would
is,
clear up a lot of things.
I don't
I
think it's
should
the
just
case.
try and pull up the ordinance, so.
Yeah, yeah. So how about the other positions, Jerry? Like, are we supposed to define the positions of every member of HARB for council? Is that what they're asking?
No, I think it was just to clarify, like I'm a resident of the historic district,
Right.
you know, I mean, so there are just those different, it does delineate, and then there are just sort of members that can be from, that are just interested members
Sure.
of the
sure.
community.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Okay.
You had three professionals, the building inspector, which was originally intended to be the borough building inspector, an architect, and a realtor. And then everything else is interested persons.
Now, they're saying that the business person is also in there. No.
Sure.
Not in the Pennsylvania enabling legislation, which is how we set up the original ordinance.
Well, I say let borough council make decisions. We can't make any decisions.
So we've given them what they need, right?
Exactly, I think
Right.
so.
Okay. Sure.
Since this will be reviewed.
Hopefully I have it. I'm looking it up. Chapter 11, Historic District. Or is that different than HARB? It's the same. All right, come on, where's?
Okay, the Board of Historical Architecture Review shall be composed of 5 members, one of whom shall be a registered architect, one a licensed real estate. I can't turn the page. Broker, one an appointed historic building inspector, and 2 additional persons who have a knowledge of and interested in the preservation of historic buildings and districts. At least 3 members of the board shall be Yardley Borough residents. In making appointments of such member, the Borough Council shall, if feasible, give preference to residents within the historic district of Yardley Borough.
You're saying that's only 5.
That's what this ordinance says.
And I thought it was up to 7.
I did too.
Well, maybe
That
this
was
is
what I thought.
amended. I'm not looking at the newest version of it in the world.
I think the version I have is 7. Last time
What I
reviewed
thought.
it.
This is 48.7 in this book.
What's that?
Susan, I think the more people, the more confusion, right? What the heck?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Well, if
Um,
it's the historical building inspector, then I don't think you need the regular building inspector, and he would probably be paid to come to meetings. Might be why he's not coming.
Right.
Well, my memory of it was that the original intent was that the borough building inspector be on the board because the borough building inspector was the one who was going to review and enforce when things were actually built. And then no one on borough council ever wanted to pay for the real building inspector's services.
Hmm.
So thus you got the nomenclature historical building inspector.
So
Okay.
in the ordinance, it has historic building inspector, a member of HARB designated to review applications for certificates of appropriateness for completeness and to address building code issues before HARB. The historic building inspector shall be an architect, builder, contractor, or other professional or tradesperson familiar with building codes in the construction industry. Let me see where it says about HARB here.
That sounds like you.
Membership shall be composed of 7 members appointed by Borough Council. 1 member shall be a registered architect, 1 member shall be a licensed real estate broker, 1 member shall be the appointed historic building inspector, 1 member shall be a business owner. That's what Tim is
Okay.
saying. Okay,
There's
so
the
it was amended.
merchant.
We have to throw our old book out, so. And 3 members shall be persons who have knowledge of and interest in the preservation of the historic buildings in the district.
Right.
Registered architect, licensed realtor, and appointed historic building inspector and business owner positions may be filled by qualified persons who reside outside the borough. No more than 3 of the 4 positions may be filled at any one time by persons residing outside the borough. Term shall be 4
Jerry?
years. And you can't be renewed.
Now,
Isn't
Jerry, to
that the way you read it,
clarify-
Rita? Or,
what's that?
I'm saying you have 4 years and it can't be renewed. Isn't that what you're saying, Joy?
Yeah, right. Something happened.
So we have Ward as the architect, myself as the historic building, Rita as a realtor, and Tim as the business, and then 3 more, right? And 3 more.
Jerry,
Yeah,
I want to clarify for you that I'm not a realtor. I've had my license. I don't act as one, but I'm willing to take that position if you need me to take the viewpoint of the realtor.
I think in this case, you're the realtor. You're good. I don't think it
Okay.
has to be an official license, whatever. You're familiar with real
We've
estate.
had an official licensed in town realtor at times.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
so
So that's good. So we're done.
how many open positions are there for the
Well,
public?
they've got to determine what they're doing with Vlad.
At this point, there's 1. There may be 2, depending on Vlad's situation, right?
Right. And
Sorry.
that's
Or the
not for us.
inspector
to
would
decide.
make it 3, right?
What was that?
If you don't have the building inspector, the Yardley Grove building inspector, if you only have 1 inspector, that would be another position also. That's
No,
what you need to
it's
determine.
not 2. It's not 2 building inspectors. I think it's just the 1.
Right, and it's the historic building inspector. That's the way it read. But I'm filling the building inspector, and Ward is going to be the architect
If Borough Council appoints him.
if Borough Council appoints him. So that
Right.
means you have 3 citizens. So it'd be Joe and 2 more. Or
That's
Joy.
Hello.
Sorry, Joy.
It's okay. I'm used to
1,
it, I
2.
guess.
And so the third would be, there's 1 position, if Vlad is dropped, then there's 1 position.
Right. So let council decide what they're going to do.
Right. So,
Okay.
all right,
All right, good. Yeah.
all right. Oh, Sue's waving goodbye.
Bye,
Bye.
Sue.
Bye, Sue.
How do you miss her?
Of course we
do.
do.
We do miss her.
Oh, I didn't recognize that hand. I'm not sure. I'm
There
not
you
sure that's
go.
her. I'm not-
All right. So we
All right.
anything else?
No.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording and say goodbye to everybody.
All right.
Bye.